Today I'm going to be cooking from the BTC Old Fashioned Grocery Cookbook. And BTC stands for Be the Change, and it came from this grocery store that came to Mississippi and sort of revived the town with their seasonal ingredients and great takeout sandwiches. Today I'm making it's a chicken gumbo. And this is a little more of an involved recipe that takes some planning. I would not start it on a weeknight, but it's a great one if you're kind of putzing around all day doing chores and working in the yard, and that's what I did. So let's get started chopping. Okay, I'm gonna start by chopping the celery. And for this, we're doing 6 ribs of celery, or about a cup. We're also gonna do a cup of onion and about a half cup of carrot, and also a cup of green pepper. And the green pepper, celery, and onion is sort of like the Creole holy trinity of the base for all their soups and stocks there. So to save time, I will show you everything I already pre-chopped, and this was one of the things I did in between chores. I just kind of came in when my allergies were hitting me too bad in the garden and chopped everything up, wrapped it up, put it in the fridge. It's what I like to call a cluster dump. You kind of cluster everything together and dump it in at the same time. And since they all cook at the same time, that's what I did. So now I'll do a little bit of garlic because that goes on about 5 minutes after all of this cooks. A little smash helps you get the peel off. There we go, just unwraps like a gift. Okay, and you go towards the root, just kind of sliver it like you would an onion. Go back in, and I like to give it 2, back to the root. You kind of arc down so you get the garlic, not your finger, and then you can go through. And you got your minced garlic. All right, let's start with the herbs. So for the fresh rosemary, I'm just gonna peel it off the stem like so. So that's really tough and woody, you don't want that in there. And now that I think about it, the thyme goes in at the same time, so we might as well chop them up together. And that's the same thing, you just cut it off the woody stems. These are a little more tender at the end, so you can use a little bit of that. And here we have the Dixie's grilled chicken. That's also a recipe from the book. You can use leftover chicken that you have maybe from the night before. You need about 6 chicken breasts, and this one is done in a honey soy marinade, and it's a really good go-to marinade even when you're not making gumbo for just grilled chicken. We're just gonna cube it up into little chunks that you would wanna find in your soup, in your chicken gumbo. And the recipe that preceded this one in the cookbook was for a catfish gumbo, but they said that they understand that not everybody's from Mississippi where you can find catfish like you can pastrami in New York, so they wanted to make something that everybody could make. And this is a really good one that you can make any time of year. But it's especially good in spring when you're still waiting for your veggies to come up in the garden. It's all very accessible ingredients that you can find at any grocery store. Okay, and now I'm gonna do my second cluster dump, but this is the one you wanna do right before you actually start preparing everything, just so it's ready. So in there I already have my fresh herbs. I have a little bit of Tabasco, some balsamic, Worcestershire, and ketchup. Sounds like a long list of ingredients, but it's all things that you probably have on hand anyway. And then to that, you're gonna add about 6 cups of your chicken stock. And once you get everything pre-prepped like this, it's really just throwing it all together, and it's quite fun to make too. Okay, now that all the liquids are mixed, we can head on over to the stove and get cooking. Okay, so we're gonna start by cooking equal parts, about 2 tablespoons chopped of both bacon and ham, just until that bacon starts to dissolve the fat, starts rendering that fat. And this is a takeaway that I'll probably do in other recipes too. I really like the idea of mixing the super fatty bacon with the leaner ham, but you still get all that flavor in there. And then so we're gonna let this brown for about 10 minutes, and this is gonna make the perfect fatty base for our veggies to go in. So don't worry, we're still gonna be a little good. Okay, and now that that's singing, we are gonna add our veggies. And we cook this for about another 10 minutes just to soften up everything. And I really like how everything in it is kind of chopped the same size, so you get just these little bits of yummy in every bite of your finished gumbo. And I know there's a lot of prep involved with this one, but I promise you it's worth it. All right, and now that everything's all blended and smelling wonderful, you can add a little bit of white wine to deglaze it. Also adds a nice layer of acidity to the final product. You kind of scrape up all those yummy little brown bits to add them to the party. Now you add that big old mixture of your chicken stock, tomatoes, etc. And this is where it becomes soup. And it got really quiet. So we turn that up, bring it up to a little simmer. Just to make sure that it's the right temperature to heat everything up. And then I'm gonna add the okra. Now this time I used fresh okra because the store I went to happened to have it. You can go to just about any grocery store and go to the freezer section and you can buy it already sliced, and it's really inexpensive too, so it saves you a lot of time as well. Because it's already sliced for you. And this takes a whole package. You just wanna make sure that you thaw it and drain it beforehand so you don't get all the liquid in and it doesn't chill the rest of your ingredients down too much. It's smelling really good, but it hasn't simmered yet. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my sliced okra, and we can add the chicken that I diced and grilled before. And I was having grill issues, so this one I actually just did on a grill pan on the stove, and it still came out wonderful. And then this is another, I just added all the dry ingredients ahead of time when I was passing through the kitchen earlier so that I can just dump it in. And that's a little bit of onion powder, some dried sage, and some bay leaves too. And then you're gonna stir this, you bring it up to heat, and then you turn it back down. Let me let it crank up a little bit. And then we simply cap it and let it simmer for about an hour and a half. Okay, happy time, gumbo's done. I think it's thickened up enough, so all that's left to do is to dish some out. I want a good portion. And then we add a little, let me grab my spoon, and we just add a little bit of rice to serve on top, and a little green onion, and there you have it. A nice fresh spring gumbo. And thank you for joining me as we cook by the book with BCPL. Until next time.